Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Power Hour of Knowledge and Go Thundercats. Go. No, wait, that's a cartoon. We're just back to the Power Hour. What we're going to talk about, though, is seeds. You know, a mustard seed is referenced in Scripture. If you read the Bible and practice Christianity or any religion of that, we're supposed to be like a fishers of men. You know, what are we selling? What is it that we are planting within another individual's subconscious? Is it positive or is it negative? Is it a seed that we're planting in there in time that it's going to help these individuals? Remember, we're fishing for God. We're talking about seeds. Seeds within me were planted years and years ago. But it took something to water those seeds. Okay? It took a lot of truth, a lot of humility, it took a lot of pain. Still does. It doesn't change. You know, but when we're looking at seeds, okay, and we're looking at this from a spiritual avenue and a spiritual perspective. See, what we have is our minds, and our minds are computers. They are temples, and they are our church as well. Our bodies work together with the mind to function the way that we're created, supposed to be, was. And over time, we've been taken out of the element of naturalism and been given fake stuff of seeds of hate and anger and envy and lust and pride and image and all that stuff. We'll get into that later on down the road. But my whole point is this. I'm just going to hold these up. This is lavender. These are seeds. This is basil. Seeds. Onion. Some red onions. Yeah. Some good shit right there. Got some sage. And see, the thing is this, is since they put on TV that sage is witchcraft and voodoo and shit, Christians are like, that's Satan. That's from God. The people who are Satan made this bad because witches are actually good. The people of the Catholic Church, which is Satan, who burned, are the people like me challenging everything because that's what I do. But these are seeds. This is from God. These are seeds. We're going to get to a point. Beans, sunflower seeds. Okay, what's inside this right here is life. Can be. What does these take to have life? It takes light. It takes strength and it takes energy. It takes light source that cannot be whatever y'all think it is. This takes a light source right above its head. And that light source has to warm from within. The earth, Mother Earth, has to warm the ground and everything. You've got to get this stuff ready. And then once it gets to a certain natural process, that physical sun has produced life here. See, that's my Christ. Because in order for me to get better from man-made addictions and stuff, I have to seek within the same concept, power and light and energy that I've never had before because I don't understand why I couldn't get better. Yeah, I tried to do it my way, but it's also too, I didn't choose this route. Nobody else is standing up for what's right. My whole point is this, is my whole recovery draws strength from within, but also too from without, out here. Okay? When you see this for what it is, okay, then you will start to understand that that sun and that moon is very important to these lives right here because it's right there. Everything that we do is right in front of us, all the answers, but it's the seeds. Okay? The seed of space was planted a long time ago. And the process of eradicating this shit began. Space, dinosaurs, eradicating plants, which are these. Cannabis should be in this, free and shit, if they really cared about us. Here, grow all you want. If you need to make your fuel, clothes, whatever, do it. Save what you can. Be healthy. Learn, keep that intuitive sense of living off the earth and not depending on man. But if you eradicate seeds that are positive like this, and you implement seeds of television, of fake news. News was north, east, west, and south. That's the news right there. North, east, west, and south. That's the zodiac. They've taken our original news, our television that's up there, and made that bad and created news which has nothing to do with that. But they'd say that's Satan and everything. It's all been turned around because the seeds that we were given at such a young age was created. Okay, when you learn stuff at such a young age, like that shit right there, like that's garbage. It's garbage. Jesuits created all that shit through the Caesar, through the Vatican. So what it is the Vatican, pretty much, they brought this heliocentric globe model to life. Okay, they gave it a life form. They put spells on that shit, put them in a vault, and fucking hypnotized people, killed people that challenged them and said, you're not fucking doing this. Egypt was all about and Babylon and all that shit. You know, there was a good side, but not what we've been taught, because the seed of hate, Satan, 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 Satan. It's like, just look in. No, it's Satan. It's like, that's a seed that we've been given. It's like this. You know, I'll whittle and whatever on some sticks, use a Dremel from time to time, but that's Satan. Dude, he draws zodiac stuff in there. Okay, this is where the insanity has to stop, because I don't know what made me do that. When I started cutting the television, I planted a seed. Didn't know it, because these old timers enlightening me, so to speak, my path somewhat, because I don't listen. But I cut some things, and natural things started happening. Something started pulling me in different directions. A seed to get out of the damn world that I was in. A man-made bullshit reality that is all fake. From all the seeds, from birth to sports to this shit to that shit to this TV station to being forced to have technology, seeds of pre-existing conditions. You've heard that shit forever. No, there ain't no other way. It's like, I know. These people, which is Satan, know how to plant seeds within our subconscious without us even knowing it. And a lot of seeds. And eventually those seeds, just like this, they gain water. But it's dark water that they gain when it's from the other side, like some negative fucking Satanism forces, vibrations, and energy. And that it's a thought is developed into a reality of an image. And then over time, it's normalized within the pineal gland, which is we've never been taught about. This is within our subconscious. When we've been taken out. Here's a seed. We're going to plant a seed to make them think that farming's like the dumbest shit ever. And that's where we are. Christians tell me that the earth is Satan. We can't eat out of the earth. And I said, you are fucking insane. So that man up there with that suit and tie on that's got all that money saying that's Jesus' medicine, he's right? Yes. Yes, he is. I said, you're insane. Because see, the seed that they have from birth is image. You know, they went to this church, this huge church, and they did this. Well, I mean, it's all image. It's all an image thing. You know, because when you get in somebody's temple in their church and you plant all those different seeds, you have no idea what direction to go because it's always this direction, and anything outside of that direction is bad. Even though you've never challenged that, that's a fucking seed that I'm up against. Is how you can tell people this. I'll have 6 years in next month without nothing from the pharmacy. Against all this shit outside, looking at the sun, studying it, the movement of the moon and the sun across the shadows, all that shit, and the different wanderers, planets and all that as you know them. I'll have 6 years of studying all that shit that God made. And that goes to all of you. Elohim, the Yahshua. And what have you done in 6 years? I've studied my ass off. I have read a shitload of stuff. I've listened to a lot of lectures, old shit. I've studied etymology of some words. I've learned a lot of gematria, a lot of all kinds of shit that is hidden. And it's real. What do you have to bring to the table? And here's the thing is I had a lot of help getting there too. It wasn't just me. What do you have over there? There's a whole lot more we can throw in there. I'm just throwing that out there. What do you have? See, I'm fishing. What are you fishing with? I'm waiting. Praise Jesus. Go do whatever. No, I don't want that. You know, because it's like this. This wood right here is made out of holly. You know, it started out as a seed. It started as a seed. And it grew. And it grew. You know, from the light source right over its head. And this is what the ancients of old, the magicians, like Merlin the magician, the druids and shit, would draw 6-pointed stars. Go to crossroads, you know. See you at the crossroads. And that's some real shit because they draw them 6-pointed stars and sit down in the hexagon, and they'd have their little stick made out of holly wood, and they would cast spells and put hexes on individuals. And it was Hollywood. And the whole implication of Hollywood, it's because those movies, combined with the medications and all this fake food and shit, are seeds, are thousands of seeds. Every day that when we watch that television, we're planting more seeds in our head of hate, of bullshit. We're watching shit with people with money going, hell, I wish I could fucking be there. And we are just fucking pathetic. And those are seeds. Not until you cut that shit and start moving around your fucking yard. That's a seed that you have to plant. That's the hardest seed to plant too. To make yourself do shit even when you don't fucking want to do it. I've done it. Done it over and over and over. You know, and I get lazy at times, and we all do, but it's a shitty seed to have been planted to justify to sit around and not do shit. Based off of my fucking income, which doesn't mean shit. Your income of that seed. See, you younger in life, you got a fucking seed of I gotta be rich. You know. And what has it fucking gotten you? Seriously, you got image. But that's all you have is that money. You know. And what we're going through, the seed of fear, a fucking mask is saving everybody. Y'all are crazy. That is seeds through a fake television that gave you this fucking seed, which is nonsense. I'll have 6 years, mind you, without all y'all's bullshit. None of your fucking bullshit alcohol that kills more people than anything. And pills. Even though they're all legal, you can combine all the people before me with the cannabis and none of them OD'd and died at all. They lived and saved fucking lives, and then the Caesar killed them. Yeah, and y'all be like, yeah, and they need to kill you too. We love being pathetic, and that's a seed. It's a horrible seed to have. You know, I started going out to the park, you know, and that's just like we're about to be shut down again. And I told people, I said, listen, we're not coming out of this in February. I said, listen, what we're going into, I don't know what the fuck I had fallen into, but it wasn't that. It was where I was led, that seed, that always wanting, and I wanted to change, but I tried to do it on my own. You got family thinking, oh, they just do that shit on fucking purpose, and people do. But I don't. People don't understand. People around me do not watch my shit. And that's cool. That's a seed. Their whole fucking life is, you know, once you're a drunk, and it's not just them, it's everybody. You know, people are in the worst shape, health, mental, and everything else. And just because they've got that fucking job, they are better than everybody. When actually, in actuality, they were worse than the fucking guy. They're worse than me in the hospital bed right now as we speak. I talk to y'all all the time, so I know that. Other people don't. It's just they can't fucking see it. It's a seed of pride. It's Joe. I gotta call him. It's Job's pride is what got him. It's not the pride you're thinking of. It's the pride you can't fucking see because it's a seed given to you by our handlers and controllers, which is Caesar, which is Jesuits, which is heavy, heavy shit. You know, and it's insane how they've created this world around us and how the seeds that's been planted in that shit, nobody can get. It is so deeply rooted, just like fucking strong oak trees within these people's subconscious. They can look at the insanity is to say, listen, why is that giving that shadow right there? Oh no, I ain't looking. But why? It's a seed of fear of what if we are not fucking moving? That means everything. Yeah. That means you need to wake up. That's a seed that people were around me, building within me, that is trying to get through this shit to you, to implant that shit within your subconscious instead of fucking going with this shit because it's all a lie. You know, an old man shook my hand years ago when I was at Ridgeview in Atlanta. I was in there and everybody was fucking laid out, and you know, and we go to meetings and stuff, and I always pay attention. People, if they could say anything in the rehabs that watch some of my shit now, they'd tell you, they'd be like, he was on it. You know, but the old man, very motivated. I mean, hell, when I was trying to kill myself drinking, you know, y'all know how we do, we're full throttle, but the old man shook my hand. Everybody was passed out. He come in there talking, and he was 89, I think. I was 30. It's regardless. He was like 47 years older than me. Or 47 years is what he had in recovery. And I was sitting in there and I was listening to him talk, and he had a master's fucking jacket on. And I was like, afterwards I was talking, I was like, I appreciate that. And he goes, thanks. And he stuck his hand out. And when I shook his hand, he fucking squeezed my hand and about broke it and pulled me to him and goes, you've got it in you. And it scared the shit out of me, you know, and I'll never forget it because I didn't have somebody fucking with me. You know, he just got finished playing golf. He said, look, get your shit together. I just played fucking 9 holes over here in Marietta. And I was like, hell yeah. But he passed something to me that I cannot explain. You know, because I talked to him one more time before I left that place, and I never saw him again, and it was just one of them things to where it's like, shit. And the only way to recapture it is within my subconscious, that seed that he planted within me. And I couldn't see that seed after I'd relapsed 2 more times after that through the fucking hate and anger of the seeds through the television. No, nobody can keep sober. It's because you go back to the television. You're watching, you're implanting seed after seed after seed of bullshit. They're drinking on them shows, movies, partying. Anybody in recovery, I already know what the fuck y'all been through. You'll get going on something else. You don't do this no more, but you do the fuck out of that. And to you, it's like, well, it's not as deadly as that. That's a seed. implanted, justifying these actions are not as bad as that action, but eventually this action will be detrimental to me. Like me and my dipping. You know, to identify that shit though. Because I cut mine back way back because it's fucking, I take these little sticks now. Cut a stick up and do it. You know, and I'm tricking my brain into going, because the whole thing is I'm taking myself out of this world, and I really am. And when I cut this Copenhagen, what's going to happen is that connection of that man-made nicotine and not the regular tobacco plants that we can grow. Once that shit's gone, my brain is going to have a huge strain because it's out of habit now. So I put the stick in there. That's the seed that I'm putting in my head, is the stick. You know, and the image of that stick, the more I see it, it's the same way that I saw the fucking pouch of Copenhagen, or in the snuff prior to that, because I had gum damage and had some shit done. Teeth, but I'm fortunate that I have my teeth. But the whole point is I'm slowly building that seed into a fucking huge mega structure oak tree. Because I'll have a dip can with little bitty pieces of wood in it eventually, in one dip, you know, and that's the whole thing, is tricking it. If they use time and Saturn to destroy us and to kill us, then that means that it's a stolen thing of the seeds. That means that in time that I can get it all back through Christ within me, and the oil that I had that has to travel from here all the way up into my fucking pituitary body and my pineal gland, to enlighten me, to unlock that shit. You can't see it because of the seeds that you have had implanted your whole life have turned into fucking jungles, continents wide and huge, of just garbage. You know, not until those seeds of positive, of life, of light, you know, of good shit, instead of just constantly going poisoning ourselves every day, all day long. Substances, television, news. There ain't nothing that we do all day, and that is seeds. And people wonder why we can't get nowhere. It's because this is gone. It's gone. And nobody can see it. You know, and I mean, that shit's real, man. You start getting into this stuff and it ain't nothing. Satan makes people not do nothing. Okay? That's the whole thing, is Satan makes sure that people ain't going to do anything and tells them it's all right. So, I love you.